everybody, and welcome to another episode of Crafting with Jade. Today we're going to be working on trying to accomplish the Spider-Man image you see on the computer. This will be ironed onto a shirt. I will be working in Silhouette Studio and working with vinyl and iron on transfer. So first I'm going to do is merge all my files onto the mat so I can start working. I'm going to first get Spider-Man. I got all my images from Google, and I just save them to my computer so that when I go search for them, they're easy to find. There we go. We have Spider-Man. Now I'm going to go and get the cartoon image you seen that was inside of the number 2 and merge that to my map. Now I have my comic. Okay, move that out the way, and now I'm going to, last but not least, get the spider that you've seen, which is also a SVG file. So now I have all my images. I'm going to get my spider big so you guys can see it. Once I do that, the first thing I want to do is get rid of the white area around the comic, because I want my tool to be full with just the comic and no white area. So I'm going to use the cut tool that's on the left hand side of the screen to cut off the excess white area. So now that that's done, we're going to use the trace tool to make the spider image a cut file. Once it's highlighted in yellow, you click trace, and then you can now delete the image, because now you have a cut file, as you can see. Although it's going to cut out like that, I want to make it blue for visual purposes so that you guys can see how the shirt will actually look. So I'm going to make my spider blue. Okay, now that we have that done, we can now get the name and number that we're going to put on the shirt, and I can show you how I merged the number into the comic. So I have my number 2, and I'm going to use my son named Jackson for the name. First thing I'm going to do is change the font to number 2 to Impact. Once that's done, I'm going to then place the number 2 over top of the comic area. Make sure that the comic completely covers the number 2, and you don't see any of the 2. Once you do that, you can highlight everything together. Go up to modify, go down to crop, and go to crop. Now you see what I have. So now we're going to offset the number 2 to get that black outline you see around it. We're going to offset, and we're going to put our depth at 0.010. Once we do that, we're going to then move the original 2 out the way and offset this one again. Once you offset that again, highlight it all, and we're going to go down to make compound path, and we're going to make that black. The number 2 in Spider-Man will be printed on the iron on transfer, and your spider and your name will be in vinyl. So now I'm going to group the Spider-Man, the 2 together. Bring my Spider-Man to the front so they can go over top of the 2. And I'm going to group all this together so it can be one complete image. You can size it any way you want depending on the size shirt you have. So let's group. Now we're going to work on the name. For his name, I use the font, the Amazing Spiderman. You'll be able to see it change in a second. I'm going to also put all the fonts down in the description box below. So I'm going to go to my text feature, and I'm going to put the characters a little closer because I don't like them so spaced apart. And we're going to make it bigger, and we're going to offset his name to give it that 3D effect. Once I do that, I'm going to move his name out the way so that I can make the back portion black. And then we're going to make his name red. So basically at this point, everything is done that needs to be done. So I'm just going to place everything where I want it to be visually on the shirt to see that I have everything sized correctly, everything's in the right order, everything's spelled correctly, etc., etc. Once I do that, then basically it's time for me to print and cut and then iron it onto my shirt. Again, the name and spider are in vinyl, and my number 2 and Spider-Man are going to be on the iron transfer. Remember, when you're printing, to mirror your images, so you're going to flip everything horizontally in order to print. Jackson is 2 different pieces of vinyl, red and black, and the spider is blue.